Welcome to Sodo Creations, where we make your imagination a reality. We have the event center set up mostly for an event. We're still working on ironing a few more tablecloths and getting everything ready for this event coming up. We have a few warmers. We also do rentals. So we have warmers, a few things that we have set up here, getting things cleaned up for this celebration of life. We had a change of schedule for this because I'll tell you more about it as the event goes on, but I'm showing you how we have a few things set up. I'm going to do the backdrop for this event. So I have my bins here with all my drapes that I'm going to use. So I'm going to set up the camera and get started with this, and I'll show you at the end how everything turns out with the full venue setup and the backdrop. I always use my pipe and drape kit for my designs, and I have it linked in the description if you're interested in purchasing one. I have this backdrop. I'm just cleaning everything up, getting that all tucked in before I start my actual setup. We're doing a double layer backdrop here with same color scheme that we did for the tables, navy blue, gold, and white. So this event is for a celebration of life. All the kids are here as well. You see them coming around and doing different things. So pardon me, pardon them. But sometimes we have to work as a family because we are limited with their schedules and things like that. But I have the two uprights, two bases, and a crossbar to start out with. We are doing double. This is the inspo picture. It's always so exciting when clients use my own pictures as their inspo and I just recreate what I did before. But we're changing colors here. If you guys remember that backdrop, let me know in the description box below. I'll know that you're a true follower. You have been watching for a while. But this client, we are doing a celebration of life. We do a few of these every now and then. And I always feel very honored that the client lets us set up to honor their loved one, but also helps us reflect too on life and death and family and a few things that matter most in life. So I am putting the gold base. Olivia is here to remind me that I was supposed to share her ice cream that she was making. She has a fake ice cream cone and she's determined for me to taste it. So I'm still talking to her about that. But I have the gold in the middle. I use two panels of the gold. I'm adding the navy on the sides. The gold is a heavy duty sequin fabric, not the best for draping if you have to create swoops, but I'm using it as a base layer because I'm not going to create the swoops with those. Now the open house we have coming up, you see that video. We actually did that, and I'll edit the video for that. I was hesitant doing that because I use only the heavy duty sequin fabric, which doesn't drape very well. But because it's a learning opportunity, I try to use this channel to teach, and as much as I can, as I learn, I teach you as well. So I will post that video just so you see how I'm able to use the heavy duty fabric to create a design regardless, because they're not the best. I like the four-way stretch fabric, which is what the navy blue fabric is. So I'm adding that. I use that for most of my designs. Sometimes I'll add like a light sequin fabric as well, but just to give it a shine. But for the most part, I use the four-way stretch because I like how it's easier to work with when you create swoops. So now we have our base there with the gold. We're adding two valance hangers. I did that, and Daniel is helping me measure. Now, if you want a symmetrical drape design, you have to measure because you need a center point to be able to put all your drapes. You have to make sure everything is even. So once we measure, I'll lay down the measuring tape to make sure I have my midpoint. Then I can split that gold fabric in half to make sure, so that I know that I'm actually at the center. Once I find my center, I shift the drape to that point and I'm able to readjust all the fabric so that it is aligned. I'm measuring how much space is covered by the navy blue, and then I have each section. I make sure both navy blues are equal. Once they're equal, I know my gold can fill the middle. So I hope that makes sense. So you want to measure. Now we're putting our second crossbar on. The second crossbar, we are going to add that fabric. That navy is just to reveal when we do our draping. So just bear with me, the design will come through. I took time this time around to do a little close-up so you guys can see how I fold the fabric in my hand when I come to designing. So I'll show you guys that as well. But we're just adding drapes onto the second crossbar. I believe we do black and blue here, and then we're able to do everything. I was saying, if you're new here, I own an event center, but I started out with balloons. You can see based on all my videos, if you go back, we started with balloons, then we do some weddings, we do rentals, a few rentals, and now we have an event center, a little more storage space so we can do even more rentals with the chairs, the tablecloths, our decorations. And I love to decorate. So if that's something you're interested in, please consider clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can see the videos we create, the designs we create. I teach how I set up all the designs and I answer all questions in the comments, and I started doing lives this year. So if you're interested in something specific, you can always ask in the comments or go back and check out the other videos. We've done several videos of balloons and different balloon walls and organic balloons and balloon columns, just all the different things. So check those out, and I hope you will like the channel enough to stay. So looking at everything, making sure all our drapes are even, and when we're get everything measured, everything spread out evenly. I forgot to mention, you have to make sure all your fabric is even across the top. You don't want a space then gather and space gather. No, the gathering part should all be the same. We have our pole covers on both sides with the gold. I have that right there. As you can see, I've shown in my previous tutorials, I hit my foot with that metal. How I create those pole covers. So check those out. I'll link that in the description as well so you can see how I do that with the pipe cleaner. Now that everything is measured and we know for sure that it's even, I'm raising the backdrop to the height I want. Now we have this mini stage. That's where we're going to set up the picture for the person we're celebrating his life. I planned this event with his family from out of town, so it was more on, I didn't know, I had never met her, his daughter or his son, but we planned everything online, and the plan was that they were going to do all of this on a Saturday. But if you remember, we had the really bad storm that was coming in, and they asked if I could host them on Thursday. So everything changed. We luckily did not have any other events, so we were able to accommodate that and do everything. And of course, the storm hit that night and we were all snowed in for the rest of the weekend. So it worked out to get the event done and to be able to honor his life. This was also a close family friend of ours, so it just helped to do this special for them. So now I'm folding the fabric in my hand. Back to the tutorial. With this first piece, we're just connecting it to the pole. I'll show you how I do that on the left side. But once I have that, I'm going to use a pipe cleaner and hold it in place. I also started using zip ties on my designs. They're very easy and I love it. The only thing is when you're cutting, you have to be careful not to cut your fabric. Second piece, I am going to create a swoop. So I hold the fabric at the point I want to attach, and then with my left hand, I create my swoop. I'll explain more in detail when I get to the left, because I'll slow the video down enough for you to learn exactly how I do it. So those two are done. You can see the peak of blue that I was talking about on that on the right side there. Let me show you what I did on the right. So at the point you're going to attach, you start folding the fabric in and out of your hand. So that's about the thickness you want. So we're working on fold one hand, fold the second hand. So you're using both hands to fold the fabric into your hand. Once that is done, your last piece of fabric needs to point inward. You do not want the end of the fabric to show forward. Once that's done, we're going to tie that to the pole. And of course, you're holding at the point that you're going to attach to the pole. So if you want this tie higher, you're going to start folding it at a higher point. If you want it lower, you're going to fold it lower. Now we're going to create our swoop that I showed you as well, using this other fabric towards the back. Hold it at the point that you're going to tie with that left hand. It would be opposite on the other side. Raise it all the way up as far as you can hold, and then just start folding that fabric into your hand. Gently fold into your hand till you get the swoop you want. You can either pull it tighter or looser depending on how thick of the whole swoop you want. See how I'm releasing a little bit so that it falls down a little more? That's up to you, how deep of a swoop you want. So you can see I designed it so that the blue is still going to show through there, and that's the blue we put in the back. If you remember, we did blue, gold, and blue as our base layer. So now we are going to design the blue sections that are at the front. I decide to just tie these on the bottom part. Again, however much you pull, if you pull the top part of the swoop, it's gonna get thicker. If you release the top part, it'll thin it out. If you pull the bottom part of your fabric, it's gonna get thinner. You release the bottom part of the swoop, the fabric you're holding, it's gonna get thicker. So now we have that piece done, which reveals some of our gold and also some of our white. We have two pieces of fabric left. I think I tweaked the design a little bit based on what we did as our initial inspo. But now I'm going to just connect the two white pieces in the middle, not overdoing the swag. So once I have that piece, another thing you have to keep in mind, you need to stand where you're tying it. So you can see there, I'm gently holding the fabric right in the midpoint where it's going to tie. And I did that for both sides. So now I'm able to secure it in place. I'm sitting there so that I'm tying it right in the middle. Hopefully it's centered. So I step back to take a look at it, make sure it is centered. And then now we can create our embellishments. I just have this rhinestone ties. I'm going to double it so that the white doesn't show through. So I put two of those on there, and we're pretty much done with the design. What I have left to do is the finishing touch of tucking in all my fabric. The fabric I use are pretty tall. I buy a lot of the 14 inches because I want to be able to design longer swags. If I have to go across my fabric, I want to be able to do that. So I buy longer fabrics, which means I have to tuck it more. You can see where the gold is hanging all the way to the side. So just get all that tucked in. Other thing is you want to make sure that as you see the white piece I'm tucking in, when I tuck in the gold, I don't cover the white. You can see on the left side, I make sure the gold shows, the white shows, pretty much all the fabrics that run on that pole or that are tied to the pole still show on the design. Now we're pretty much done with the backdrop. What we're going to do is set up the stage. I decided here to use navy blue on the stage. His favorite color was navy blue, and so we're going to just use the same 4-way stretch fabric to cover up the stage. This is not for anyone to stand on or sit on. We're just going to put 2 easels and have pictures right here to honor him. So I'm setting up the fabric. Once I put that, I don't really like how it looks. So I decide to gather things up a little more so that it's not just flat, if you understand what I'm saying. So this is me gathering as I fold. So I'm just creating a few folds, checking things out to see how much I like it. Of course, we have to cover the front, creating all my folds, and I'll repeat the same thing with that the other fabric towards the back. I didn't realize here that I had the fabric. Actually, I kind of noticed, but I wasn't sure that I used the fabric on the back side. It has 2 tones, so one side is lighter than the other. And I thought, well, maybe it's just my eyes or the lighting. So I start folding everything, and Richard shows up and tells me that that fabric is different. And that's when, well, now that I'm even editing, I'm seeing a big difference in both. So I had to change it around at the end. But this is pretty much how we set up the stage. I'll bring the easel and get that all set up. This is where he's telling me that it looks different. If this is your first time, please don't forget to click that subscribe button. It really supports my channel and helps us continue to decorate more and put out more videos for you. And of course, it helps us if you tell us what exactly you want to see on the channel, so we can create videos for that. I'm planning another live where I can answer all the questions that you have. So stay tuned for that. I'll be posting that in our community, so you can check that out. If you are, click the notification bell so when I do post that live, you can join us on the day of. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to show you how the whole hall looked from the top of the venue area. So I hope you guys have a blessed week. Thank you again.